How's it going, YouTube? It's Sean here, and I am back today to give you guys a review of the Nike Air Force 1 Low in this Ivory Snake colorway. This is part of Nike's newly announced Cult Classics program, which brings back or retros classic beloved colorways of iconic silhouettes. So for example, we have the Varsity Green Dunk Low, the Ultramarine Air 180, and this one is part of the list as well. So these originally released back in 1996, and I believe they were an Asia exclusive. Over the years, they became kind of a cult classic until Nike decided to bring them back in 2019. 5 years later, and they're back once again. So these recently released earlier this month, and they retailed for a price of, I believe, $150 US or $190 here in Canada. And the official colorway for this shoe is white, elemental gold, dark hazel, and black. And these were available at most major Nike sportswear retailers, including the Closet Inc. here in Canada. The Closet Inc. is my go-to shop for Nike releases and retro Jordans, and they're independently owned and operated based right here in Southern Ontario in Canada. So for all my Canadian viewers out there, I'll link their socials, their website, all that good stuff down below. So check them out, support the independent shops. They offer some of the best pricing nationwide. So back to the shoes, diving right into it, the majority of the upper is crafted using a smooth white colored leather. So on the toe box, you can see we have this perforated look just like most Air Force 1s, and then surrounding the front toe cap, we have another overlay of this smooth white leather. And as I run my fingers across it, you can see that it's a decent cut of leather. It actually is genuine leather. It doesn't have an overly plastic or synthetic feel to it, which is a nice surprise. This same leather covers the eyelets of the sneaker, along with underneath this on the mid panel. And then overlaid on top of this, we have this synthetic snakeskin colored and patterned swoosh, which is definitely the star of the show. Moving downwards, we have more of that smooth white leather. This wraps around the heel, and then on the top of the heel, we have another snakeskin overlay, and we have Nike Air branding embroidered across in black. And we have this small strip of white leather running down the center of the heel. For the laces, these only come with one lace option, and they're a flat style white colored lace. Underneath this, we have the leather tongue, which is done in that same smooth leather as the upper of the shoe. And then on the top of the tongue, we have this black tag with Nike Air Air Force 1 branding. The back of the tongue and the back half of the interior of the shoe, this is covered in this retro feeling white colored mesh liner. And then for the insoles, these come with their standard foam line insole. It's covered in this white cloth on top with Nike Air branding pressed onto the heel in black. So the upper of the Air Force 1, it sits atop this classic, chunky, white colored rubber cup sole, which features Nike Air technology encapsulated within this cup sole, but not visible to the eye. And then as far as the outsole goes, this is your classic Air Force 1 outsole, and it's all constructed out of a white colored rubber. We have this circular pivot point on both the forefoot and the heel, along with the Nike logo along the medial edge near the middle. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit to me like most Air Force 1s. So I feel like for most people, you should go a half size down. So my foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I wear between a 9.5 or a 10, depending on the specific Air Force 1 release. So getting these in a half size down in a size 9.5, they fit me pretty much perfectly. There's about an index finger's width space between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe, and the width of the shoe is snug but not in an uncomfortable way. So I feel like if you have a narrow, normal, or even a slightly wide foot, go a half size down from your normal Nike size. But if you have a really wide foot, you'd probably be better off sticking true to size, dealing with the extra length in order to accommodate the width of your feet. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel pretty much like any other Air Force 1. And in my opinion, the Air Force 1 is a model that really needs to be broken in. Straight out of the box, the upper specifically feels quite stiff. But from my past experience, the more you wear an Air Force 1, the more you soften up this upper, it'll form to your feet, and they feel a lot more comfortable over time. Keep in mind this is a very chunky and heavy feeling sneaker. You feel quite elevated off the ground. There is some level of plushness in this midsole, but again, it's more on the clunkier and heavier side. So if you're looking for a very low to the ground, minimalistic sneaker, this is not going to be great. And also if you're looking for a shoe that has exceptional comfort with a lot of cushioning, this also won't be the model of choice. But for most people, for an everyday, casual use sneaker, this shoe will be perfectly fine. Finally, in terms of the quality and the overall craftsmanship on this pair, so first off, like I just mentioned, the material quality was decent. It's not like a super premium, super elevated leather, but it definitely felt like it was a step above the standard Air Force 1s that you'd find at a local Foot Locker. So it doesn't have an overly synthetic plastic feel to them. You can actually see the natural leather grains to this leather. So that's always a great thing to see. And the overall build, I thought it was good. It wasn't flawless. There were some issues with some long threads that I had to trim down myself. But aside from that though, I thought this shoe was pretty free of glue stains. The panels were cut consistently between my left and right feet. So it wasn't perfect, but I'd say that it was a pretty decent job from Nike. So with all of that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. I'm sure for an Air Force One purist out there, someone that's a true fan of this silhouette, this colorway would mean a lot more to them than it would for me. I appreciate the Air Force One, but I'm not like an expert and it's not my favorite silhouette of all time. So it doesn't really hit me in the same nostalgic way as it would to a true Air Force One fan out there. With that said though, objectively speaking, this is still a clean colorway. You really can't go wrong with a predominantly white-based Air Force One, and this golden brown snakeskin swoosh, along with a heel tab, gives the shoe just amount of character and color to make it unique and stand out. So is this a must-have for my collection? Absolutely not, but because these are sitting on the shelves right now, I'd be very surprised if these didn't eventually get heavily discounted. So I think for the right price, I think it'd be a solid cop for anyone's collection. So leave your thoughts down below, let me know what do you guys think about this Ivory Snake Air Force One Low, and let me know if you also grabbed a pair of these. Are you waiting for these to go on sale, or just not your thing, not your cup of tea, and this was an easy pass for you? As usual though, if you guys enjoy this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on X at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review and hopefully it helped you in some way. Another huge shout out goes out to The Closet Inc. and I'll catch all of you in my next video.